you know, to give you these kind of techniques in a comprehensive fashion, and that way you can understand this even better. But for now, if you just follow those steps, you'll be set. And by the way, if you forgot or you wrote down the wrong thing, you can always call me. My number's there. I will not bill you. You can email me. Okay. So let's go to something a little more. Oh, I was talking about desaturating. That's right. So no, not this one. Okay, let's do this. Let's scan a picture. Let's scan a picture. Epson scan. All right. So I have a picture that I collected this morning. I think this is a good one. Any questions about what we just talked about or related? Yes, sir.
After you do this, does it increase the size of the file size after you do this?
Very little, very little. You might notice a small change in file size, but
nothing significant.
No. The only time you'll see a file size change that's significant is if you go from grayscale to RGB and then to CMYK, because it adds more channels. Or if you go to what's called high bit, 16-bit conversion, you know, then you'll quadruple the size. But no. Okay, so here we go. Here we have a picture. Let me get this in. Now I'm going to scan this in at, do 200%. Okay. Okay, let's scan this. And TMG 2009. Okay. And I'm saving it as a TIFF. We go into all of that in another class. But what I wanted to do is I like to use pictures from the audience too. So any other questions? Yes?
You said you used 300 DPI. Why didn't you just use 200?
Because if I use 300, okay, I can actually enlarge the picture a little bit if I have to, without losing any quality, without losing any detail. Okay? If I'm at 200, it'll print okay, but I don't have a lot of room to make it bigger. And plus, it is an industry standard. So if you were sending pictures to a printer to publish in a book or a magazine, they're going to want, if they know what they're doing, they're going to want 300 pixels per inch. You know, what is your? But do you have a rebuttal on that, or?
Yeah, no, I think she misunderstood. He did scan it at 300 DPI, but it was a 200% scale.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about this.
That's fine.
Oh, right here. This is percent. This is, what I did is I scanned it in at, if you look up here, I got it at 300. See?
Okay.
But I did it at 200% to double the size, to make it bigger. Because I like to scan things in a little bigger than they are. Yes, sir?
When I did my book, they wanted it at 600.
Okay. Well, what kind of paper was your book printed on? Glossy? I mean,
no,
coated?
No, not glossy. Plain, the higher quality plain paper.
Okay.
So they were all black and white photos, but they wanted 600.
But the paper wasn't coated? It wasn't coated paper?
No, not glossy, no.
Oh, okay.
And that would have been better, but of course the cost goes up.
Yeah. So 600, what they're doing when they said that is they're giving themselves a lot of room to work, because they deal with people who send them pictures that are worked on too much or weren't scanned properly, and they need a lot of information to work with. So yeah, 600, there's a lot of people that I meet that do that. I don't scan it at 600 for my family archives, for my family photos. But when you're talking about you want to publish a nice book, The higher the resolution, the better. And 600 is usually the top. Okay, that's pretty much with that. You can do a nice coffee table book with that, uncoated paper. Okay, so yes.
You use the TIFF format?
Yeah.
TIFF over JPEG or what's...
Yeah, that's quite, to put it to you quickly, is the JPEG is not archival quality. It will compress or lower the quality of the details and the color in your photo. So if you're scanning in as JPEGs, you should stop and only scan in as TIFFs. Okay? If your digital camera is only giving you JPEGs, that's fine. But when you start working on them and saving them, you should save them as TIFFs or as a Photoshop format, anything but JPEG. Don't keep resaving a JPEG. Okay, so here we go. This one, we'll say, is this sepia tone? Is this, we're not too sure. Most likely, this is just yellowed. It's just getting old, okay? So what I do is I go to Image, Adjustment, Hue and Saturation, and I make a straight black and white. So I pull out the saturation, just like that, okay? Just saturation to 100%. Now it looks like a black and white. Now I can go in with levels. Excuse me. Let me crop this because my histogram is... I wouldn't crop it like this if I were you. I'm just doing it quickly. There we go. Red, green, blue. Okay. There, fix the contrast nice. Now I can convert it to grayscale. And that will get rid of all the color. There will be no color cast. So generally, if I print this out, it should look like a nice black and white. Now, if you have, how many of you have inkjet printers at home where you print photos? Okay. You ever notice when you print a black and white, it looks kind of reddish or greenish or bluish? Yeah. All you got to do is do what I did. Go to that hue and saturation, desaturate, go to levels, and then convert it to grayscale. Okay? This is a crude method. I never convert my grayscales like this, but this is a nice quick way to do it. I do it in more of an expert way, but I could tell I'm overwhelming you just with this. Let's just deal with this. And it works. Okay, it works. And there you go. Now when you print it, generally it should look really nice. Okay? All right. If it doesn't, let me know. But there we go. Okay. So let's do this. Now we're talking about complex color restoration. And this I want to use one of the lady we were working on here. Nope. 10. There we go. Okay. Let me do a quick crop here. Okay. Let's do that levels adjustment again. Go into red, the green, and the blue. And then click OK. Let's go to hue and saturation. Add a little bit. Okay, so let's get close here. Okay, let's say the eyes were actually green. I think these are blue. She's blonde hair, typically blue eye. Okay, typically, but you never know. Okay, how would I make just these eyes green? Anybody got an idea? Abracadabra. What'd you say?
Well, I just said put your little cursor on there and then go back to the, I don't know, you've got a color thing up there. Maybe.
There you go. There you go. You got a little color thing. Paint some color in there. What do you think? Exactly, exactly. That's one way to do it. Let's do that. Up here in the toolbar, I get my brush tool. Okay, I try to zoom in so y'all can see it. Is that okay with you? Or do you not like that? Are you like getting dizzy? Oh, okay, all right. Okay. And then let's go over here to what